Welcome back to the 128 KB podcast.
You can't start
Yes,
it like
I
that.
have.
Damn it.
And well, yeah, you're back with me and AJ.
That's right.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
here. As
And
if you didn't notice.
This is our excuse to talk about all things gaming because, why not?
Yeah. We brought the podcast back because these are the conversations we have off camera anyway.
So we thought we might as well just record them.
Pretty much. And you get to come along with us.
Yeah.
And today, Andy, I wanted to address the the wolf of PPK in the room. One of the probably the most anticipated release when they did the Switch Online expansion pack for the N64 was GoldenEye 007. As soon as they were like, N64 was coming to the Switch Online expansion pack.
Yep.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Amazing. GoldenEye, that's going to be so good. And finally...
Yeah, it's here.
It's here.
Even though no one expected it because of the whole Rare thing and Microsoft and... everyone was like, no, GoldenEye's not going to happen. And we were like, no, it will.
It will. It will happen eventually.
And then they announced it last year.
Yeah.
And then just didn't announce... They didn't release any games for the N64 side for like 2 or 3 months.
Nothing.
And then all of a sudden they've dropped GoldenEye on us.
Yeah, so GoldenEye's here.
Yep.
And how excited that is. It's great. And in a nice kind of gaming community sense, it's also available on Xbox.
Yeah.
I thought that's quite cool.
It's very nice, but there's no multiplayer on Xbox. Well, online at least.
Yeah, so that's an issue for Xbox players, but I mean, boo-hoo. Who plays the Xbox anyway? I'm joking. I'm joking. I've got the original Xbox here.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I got 360 at home.
Yeah,
all set up. Yeah.
Here's an interesting story. I had 3 Xbox 360s.
Oh yeah, Red Ring of Death.
All 3 of them.
yeah. I think mine did as well.
Within the
back
space
in
of a year.
Yeah. Now I just play Xbox games on the Steam Deck.
Hey, got that in there, didn't he? Got it in there. So it's here.
It is.
Possibly the most loved game from the N64 era.
Yes.
Maybe Super Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
Maybe trumps it slightly.
Yeah.
Mario Kart games are always huge.
Yeah.
But for me, my memory of the N64 is primarily hooked around GoldenEye and then Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Which is basically GoldenEye, but a bit more sci-fi.
Yeah.
Same game engine. So to see it back, I'm really excited.
Me too. Yeah.
But
yeah, there is a but. Yeah.
There's some big buts.
Big buts.
And I think it kind of is an issue for most of the N64 games that have been re-released on the Switch Online expansion pack. And that is, they're horrible to play.
Yeah, with native Switch controls.
Impossible to play.
They just suck. I mean, we were lucky enough to both grab one of these as soon as they launched, and they sold out like within minutes.
Minutes. And I was sat with 2 in my cart, and I was like, and they were like 50 quid each or something. And I was like,
it was expensive. Yeah.
Oh, I can't drop £100 on 2 controllers.
I think we ordered them at the same time, didn't we?
Yeah,
we both were going to buy 2 because we were like, no, we need 2 each.
Yeah.
And then we ended up going, no, I just get 1.
Yeah.
And we regret that.
We regret that now. Yeah, because you go into any like second-hand electronics.
So expensive.
They're like 90 quid. I've seen them for £100.
I saw someone on a group on Facebook just going off on a tangent, right?
Yeah.
Literally last night, someone genuinely, not being ridiculous, being like £130 best price, I'm undercutting eBay, blah, blah, blah. And people were like...
Undercutting eBay?
And people were like, you can just buy them in CEX for 90 quid.
Yeah.
But people genuinely are trying to like upsell them because of GoldenEye.
Yes. And that is because they've not played it yet.
No.
It's like I said, like not all of them. There's a few exceptions which we'll come on to later. Most of the N64 games, when you replay them, especially with modern controllers, but in a modern context, they are just horrible to play.
Because they've not updated the controls.
No.
They've literally taken this and then just put it on the Switch without doing anything, really.
And sadly, the experience of GoldenEye on the Switch Online expansion is much the same as the rest of them.
Yeah.
It is horrible to play.
Well, it's pretty much unplayable with the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, so you were saying that people are talking about solutions of
swapping Joy-Cons
left and right over.
Yeah. So there's whole guides and stuff on the internet now.
Which is mental.
How you should try and play the game by putting the right Joy-Con in your left hand, the left Joy-Con in your right hand, and then remapping some stuff, and then maybe it's playable. But really, the only way is to play it with this,
And I don't know how many of these they made, but it's in
not
the thousands.
Yeah, not enough.
It's definitely not in the millions, is it, for the amount of people that have a Switch?
No. They're constantly out of stock everywhere, worldwide.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to say I was kind of expecting it, but I was kind of expecting it.
Yeah.
Because I've still got an N64. It still works.
Yeah.
As told by this cute little bit of product placement here, I've still got GoldenEye for the N64.
Yeah, the original, right?
And about a year ago, I thought, I fancy playing it. So I cracked it on, turned it on, have a play of GoldenEye. And I forgot how hard it is to control that game.
Yeah.
The N64 controller was always a bit more of a controversy anyway. It was a bit odd.
Yeah, it's a very strange
but
controller.
For this game, you hold it like right saddle.
Yeah.
So your left hand's over the middle trigger and the Z button, which is fire on GoldenEye.
Which, bear in mind, like for twin stick shooters, you aim with your right thumb.
Yeah.
Where on this, you need to do it with your left thumb.
Aiming and where you move is the same.
Like
it's really weird. It's really hard.
You either have to strafe and just try and hip fire people, or you hold R to like go into like
aiming mode,
but then you're just stood static.
Yeah,
and then you have to aim with the left thing. And if you're like me, that always turns off auto aim. It's nigh on impossible to like aim. I mean, it's possible, but it's when you first boot it up, it's like, what is going on?
The learning curve is steep.
Yeah.
Thankfully, on the single player game, they start you off really easy. Like the AI is really stupid, really bad at hitting you, but it's still frustratingly hard to play when you've had 20 odd or 25 years of other gaming experience in between.
Yeah. And the development of twin stick shooters.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I'm used to moving around in an environment. That's all out the window.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that they might tweak it at least for the Switch Online expansion.
Thought they would make it completely playable with normal controls because they've done that with the Xbox version. So the Xbox version, you can play with an Xbox controller fine. So everyone's saying the Xbox version's fine, but there's just no online.
So on the Xbox version, is it twin stick?
I think so.
So you've got aim
I've not
and then
tried it,
move.
But as far as what I've, glanced at, yes, I believe they've fixed the controls there, but they just haven't with the Switch one.
That's really interesting. And I would argue that they've probably not fixed it, not just through laziness, but that's always an issue, could potentially an issue with Nintendo. They can just chuck stuff out there.
Yeah, then just go, there you go,
but
you wanted it.
Because they released this.
Yeah.
And it was more than just a collector's edition. This was a way of playing the N64 games.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they expected everyone to have one that wants to play it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think they were anticipating the amount of people that were going to want it. Yeah, for sure. Or maybe they wanted it to be an exclusive thing. They're notorious for releasing limited quality of stuff. I mean, even to the point of amiibos. They never release enough of them.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes we jump on them, like the Final Fantasy one.
Yeah, Sephiroth was released, re-released.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get it.
Just get it quick because it will go and we'll never see it again. And that's the same with stuff like that. I mean, again, going back to the NES, the SNES controllers.
Yes.
But we were waiting for ages for them to restock before we bought them. Yeah. And it's the same thing here. But I'd say this is the most sought after one.
Yeah.
For sure. And yeah, it's a nightmare. I mean, the good thing about the Switch version is they've added widescreen support. So actual 16:9. So when I loaded it up, still in 4:3, and I was like, I want to try it full, I want the full experience. And it's not stretched. It's like actually a 16:9 aspect ratio. So I was like, doing that. And that made me really happy because I was like, I can actually play GoldenEye, but on a modern sort of display. And that was really cool. But it took me, because I haven't played GoldenEye since I was a kid, and I never had an N64. So I'd only play N64 around people's houses. And I remember like parties or whatever back in the 90s, like of playing it. And I remember the split screen multiplayer. Screens, and I loved it. Like my memory, the nostalgia of that is like, And then when I loaded it up the other day when it dropped, I was like, how do I hold this? Like, I was like, I don't even understand what the buttons do. Like, what am I meant to do? Am I aiming with my right hand? But then now I can't open stuff or switch weapons. I was like, that feels wrong. So like you said, you have to adopt the right hand side grip. And then I was just like, this is so weird. And it took me like 10, 15 minutes to even get used to that.
Yes.
So I feel sorry for the people that have got Joy-Cons that can't play it at all.
It must just be impossible to play.
Yeah,
like totally impossible. Because it's hard.
Yeah.
But if those, just impossible.
Yeah.
And I think it's a real shame because, like I said at the start, when Switch Online N64 was announced, first of all, we were all just hyped that GoldenEye is going to be there eventually. And like playing GoldenEye multiplayer. Oh, amazing. It's a shame that the experience is
I mean, we're
ruined.
right. We've both got one of these.
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. Keep it as it is.
But, for the general people, it sucks that they didn't remap the controls. And if they remap the controls for the Xbox, why didn't they just do it here? I mean, I know...
It'd be so easy just to have an option menu.
Yeah, like Pro Controller. Bam. Yeah. And maybe that's Microsoft being like, well, come over and play it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Because obviously Microsoft own Rare, right? So they own GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So they've let Nintendo, you can have the rubbish one. We'll have the one that plays normally. But apparently there's still issues with the Xbox version. Apparently like the Switch version actually looks better and stuff, even though you wouldn't have expected that.
That's mental.
Like, it's weird. I don't know enough about it, to be fair, on the Xbox side.
Yeah.
I was just basing it off my experience on Switch.
Now, it's supposed to be online multiplayer on Switch.
I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm stupid. That's probably...
Well, you are stupid.
Yeah, that's probably the reason. But... I couldn't figure it out. I loaded the game up, single player, bam, you're in the game, done. And I enjoyed it. I mean, granted, it took me literally 10, 15 minutes to get my hand around the controls, but I did have fun. Yeah. Like, it was like, this is fun for nostalgia, and we'll get back to that. Yeah. But then I was like, multiplayer, I want multiplayer. Clicked on multiplayer, it's just local. Yeah. It's like there's no option to go online. And I don't even know can you lobby to randoms online? Or
I think
is
it's
it only
friends
through
list.
friends list? Because I couldn't do it. Like when you hit multiplayer, it just says what map, how many people, whatever. There was no online, offline section. And then when you go, okay, there's 3 screens that are just stood there idle whilst you're just walking around. And I was like, well, I'm not finding any way to go online here.
I've got a suspicion that it's not centrally served.
Right.
That it is friends
and
you
only.
kind of lobby yourself.
Like peer-to-peer, like kind of thing, yeah. And I that's sad because I wanted to jump into... I don't have friends. I want to play against randoms.
You could have phoned me up.
Oh, I know, but you were probably busy and stuff. I'm there like skipping out on doing real work and but it was like I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no. So it feels like a shame if that is broken or janky. Let us know in the comments if you've had success with it. If we're wrong, we probably are. We're wrong about a lot of stuff. I don't even know why you listen to us. But let us know what we're doing wrong. Because I would love to play with randoms. I think it'd be good fun.
I mean, we need to try it.
Yes.
We need to just try it and see if it works.
Yeah.
Like, and not in the same room. So, like, when I'm back at my place and stuff, we'll just try it out and see if we can get our heads around it. Like, I don't know, during the week. And the other thing I wanted to say is, like, this is purely for people like us.
Of course it is.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you gave this game to somebody, like, get some 15, 16-year-olds that into modern gaming, Fortniters, right? Let's get Pete, all right? That's never played GoldenEye.
But for your information, Pete's 42.
and just go, here you go, play this. What do you think of it? They're going to go, this sucks. Yeah. Like, they are. Like, that's whether they've got this controller or the Joy-Cons, especially with the Joy-Cons, but they're going to go, what was that game? You know? And it's purely riding off the nostalgia of people that played the original. Like, realistically, I mean, it is great. Like, I love that. But as a game, like now,
do you also think
so backdated? Do
you think the lack of releases by Nintendo on the Switch Online expansion over the past 3 months for N64? It's been nothing.
Yeah,
something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's been at least 2.
Do you think it was purposeful?
What, for the build up of this? Yeah, probably.
And also because I go through probably once every 3 months going, I don't even know if I want to renew my subscription. It's not good enough.
Yeah. There's not enough on there.
Yeah.
Like they release one game, usually one a month. But for the past 3 months, there's been nothing. So
it's just not enough on there.
Yeah. I mean,
they'll cram the NES library full of stuff that no one wants to play anymore. It's unplayable rubbish. Yeah. I mean, you awoken me to the world of Metroid and I fell in love with it. But the first Metroid is the most unplayable nonsense ever.
Yeah, they need to put Game Boy Advance on the system so we can play Zero Mission.
Yes.
And that's the remake of Metroid 1 on the NES.
Yeah.
And that is just more playable in every way.
Yeah. I would be more inclined to pay for a subscription where they at least gave you access to the old eShop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know? And then I can pick and choose, or maybe they give you credit. I don't know. But as it currently is, GoldenEye felt like the reminder as to why I should keep my subscription going. Do you know?
Yeah.
If you're thinking about cancelling, what about this classic?
Yeah. Maybe I'll wait it out and play it.
Because the only really playable games on there are F-Zero.
F-Zero, yeah, that's amazing. F-Zero X, yeah.
Is epic.
It's perfect, especially with this controller.
Yeah.
But it also plays absolutely fine with the normal controllers.
Because the control scheme's really limited.
Yeah. So
it's just about reaction.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And there's a single stick shooter you really love.
Sin and Punishment.
That's it, yeah.
Love it.
It's not really my thing. I don't really like those games, but you really do.
Again, with this controller, though.
Simple controls.
This controller makes that game. Playing it on the normal Joy-Cons is all right.
Yeah.
But this controller makes that because it just feels so good. Like you move left and right with the D-pad and stuff, and you aim purely with your right thumb as you would on a normal modern game. Shoot with the back. You like, what is it? Double tap like L to jump and slash and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so good, that game. It's very short, but it's a brilliant game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a kind of short soapbox moment.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else I want to say about it.
No, I think I've said it all really.
I'm a bit disappointed.
You know, it was funny to like be like, oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I can't play online because I don't know how. And they don't make it easy for you to understand. Or maybe I'm just an idiot.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is. And then I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Novelty wore off. I'll go back to playing Xbox games on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, I looked at it and went, it's like a smoothed out, upscaled version of playing it on the N64.
I'm glad to have it. I will say that, even though I was a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have 16:9 aspect ratio. And the fact that there is multiplayer, like even if there wasn't online, we could still hook up and just do some.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I'm not going to spend like a whole weekend caning it. No. Do you know what I mean? I'd do 10 minutes and go, haha, and then walk off and probably forget about it.
So that goes back to, is there a place for the Switch Online expansion pack? Which kind of always goes against my argument about preserving games.
Yeah, I know.
And all the rest of it.
I know.
But sometimes, I don't know, I'm a sucker for buying a lot of old games and then playing them and being really disappointed. That is not what I remembered.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they release GameCube and but also Game Boy Advance, so GameCube, GBA, or the whole Game Boy library, like, I'm done. I'm happy with that. I would spend countless hours.
GameCube, I can 100% see makes so much sense.
That would be amazing. Imagine if they released a GameCube controller like this, like a wireless Wavebird-esque thing, like the Nixie Wizard, but like an actual one, right? And then GameCube games that are good GameCube games, like F-Zero GX, you know, and so many countless others. I could go on for ages with that, but I would genuinely play those games start to finish. Yeah. I'm not going to play all the way through GoldenEye. Can't be bothered. No. I've got other stuff I want to play. You know, no, it's just true. Like, it is true. But GameCube, I would genuinely sit down and play games start to finish on that.
Yeah.
This whole time we've had the expansion, I think the only game I've completed out of all the NES, all the SNES, all the Sega Game Gear, all the Sega Mega Drive / Genesis games, and the N64, only game I've completed is Sin and Punishment because it's about 5 hours long. Maybe less. I think it might be like 2 hours. That's it. I haven't completed any of them.
Yeah, that's savage. That tells you everything. And I'm the same. I've not completed any. Any. Yeah. I don't even know if I've given more than a couple of hours to any of them. I
think when we used to stream them like a while ago, that's probably the most time we used to spend on those games, like with Metroid.
And like do you know what really turned me off in the end? Was the fact that they didn't fix Sonic 2.
Yeah. Oh man, all those
the
like
frame
rate issues.
I was like, come on.
Like,
how have you not fixed this?
It's because they've not, like, just like with this, I know they've like changed the resolution and stuff, but they've basically just gone, there you go.
Yeah.
Make it better.
So that's like, well, I've got hardware here that upscales stuff already.
Yeah.
I'll just play the original if it's that bad.
Yeah. Or just get it on PC where it is fixed. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, that about wraps up. Soapbox over. Bit of a rant.
It was a rant.
Nintendo, sort it out, basically.
Yes.
If you've enjoyed it, if you've got to the deep end with us, make sure you subscribe, like to the channel and all that.
Yes.
If you're listening to us, rating is huge.
Give us 5 stars.
5 stars, goddammit, in a GTA 5 style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the tanks. Give us the tanks. And of course, you can find us on our own native channels where we like to live. Andy, 128KB, for all things Switch and Steam Deck.
Ooh.
You can watch one of his latest videos. They're right here.
There you go. And for the PlayStation goodness that is AJ over here.
That's me.
Find him down here.
Yeah, just tickling the bottom.
That's it. Yeah.
I like a tickled bottom. And until the next time,
Bye.
See you next time.